Greetings and welcome back to Corpse Party. Last episode we found out that the teacher...
廊下が抜けてるぞ。
Yep. The teacher is gone. There's nothing else for us here. Dakara, we go back. And we go down. I'm just gonna show you this. If you don't get the Power Stone as the teacher, as you can see, you can't go through here. But we have the Power Stone already. And what it does, it saves you from 3 of the 4 wrong ends in this chapter. But it only works once. So keep that in mind.
どうしたんだよ。
いいこと思いついたの。委員長篠崎さんの怖いろうそくといえば、2の級で知らない人はいないでしょ。
10クラス全部で有名だよ。階段委員長って。
だからこの校舎のあちこちに。
だから。
こうやってろうそくを置いておけば。持田くんたちが見つけてくれたら目印になるかも。私や宍戸先生、岸沼くんもこの校舎の中に一緒にいるってこと。
Even though she says, let's light them up all over the building, they never put one in the first floor. Even though some of the things you need to do in the first floor are often the ones that may kill you. I'm looking at you, Chapter 4 of Blood Drive.
そうだな。それお前の存在証明にしかならねえけど、ま、いいか。
Well, technically there is one candle in the locker room, but that's not the main building of the first floor.
行こうぜ。
Let's save here because we're gonna wait. Excuse me. Had to sneeze there. Let's venture down to the first floor. And the music means trouble. Living friends who are able to retain their sanity and reason will be your final ray of hope. Okay then. As you can see, we cannot get to the second floor. The gap seems narrow enough to go crossable, but not without some assistance. We need to find some means to get across that. Each time you turn around, stop for a moment and ask yourself, is the world behind your back still there? Ominous. The front entranceway might as well be painted on. It's neither opening nor giving any hints that it will ever open. When you return here later, there will be a bit of dialogue between Ayumi and Yoshiki. And now let's get the corpse party started.
俺だ。人の。大丈夫かよ、篠崎。
収まるから。ただの過呼吸。早く先生を探そう。
おう。サトシはどこにいるんだ。あいつがいればもう少し篠崎も。 心が休まるだろうに。
何やってるの。早く行こうよ。
分かってるよ。
Spoke too early. These 4 bones are actually somewhat important. Judging by the size, these appear to be the remains of a junior or senior high school student. Closer inspection reveals a school ID name tag. Byakuren Senior High School, Class 2-4, Kai Shimada. Age 17. Cause of death sliced up with edged weapon, bled out. Kizami. Remember that. That's important.
なんだ今の。
早く行こう。
Even though Ayumi says that we must get out of here now, there's actually no need to go. Nothing happens if you inspect the rest of them. Judging by size, these appear to be the remains of a junior or senior high school student. Closer inspection reveals a school ID name tag. Byakuren Senior High School, Class 2-4, Tomohiro Okawa, age 17. Cause of death sliced up with edged weapon, bled out. Like Kai over there. And the same text. Another Byakuren Senior High School student, this time named Masato Fukuroi. Again, age 17, but this one was killed. Struck with one weapon and stabbed with another, bled out. All 3 Byakuren students. And we will meet more Byakuren students later on. Also, this one is important as well. Judging by size, these appear to be the remains of a junior or senior high school student. Close inspection reveals a school ID name tag. Musashigawa, Girls Middle School, Class 1-2, Hikari Kirijo. Age 13, cause of death, bled out from injuries. And up there it says Kirigami, and the Kirigami is actually correct. The Kirijo is incorrect. But the Musashigawa Girls Middle School is important, because we will meet another students from there as well. Let's take a left here. Another body. There are decaying skeletal remains here, about the size of a middle school student. They're in the process of slowly drying and whitening, creating an almost overpowering stench throughout the hallway. Any clothing the deceased had been wearing is long gone, so there are no means of readily identifying gender on sight. Victim's memoirs. 1-2. What? 1 out of 5. I ate my friend today. That's how I start my diary every day. What else was I supposed to do? I was starving. We both were, and there's no food here, so we decided together that one of us should try to live just a little bit longer. If I ever get home, I'm supposed to tell all the people waiting for us what happened. We left it all up to a game of paper, scissors, rock, and no one says it like that. Loser eats winner. Loser eats winner. Okay then. And I lost. I felt her blood going down my throat, quenching my thirst, and her meat was supple and satisfying. But that blood and that meat was once my friend. Up until just a few hours before, I'd been talking with her. As I feasted, I just kept thinking, this food used to be a person. Before I tore it apart, it all worked together to sustain a life. And every time I thought about that, I just started crying, and I couldn't stop. I wanted some part of her to be with me even after she died, so I decided to keep one of her eyeballs. And I thought maybe I should write all of this down to help preserve some small portion of my sanity. I wouldn't have taken an eyeball. Bone would have sufficed, I think. But maybe eyeball has some sort of personality to it. I guess they're different color. 5A is locked. No, rather, it won't open. What the hell was that? Done. Spooky. Custodian's closet door is locked. There's an erratic noise like that of a TV static coming from within. Again, I cannot hear it for some reason. Based on the long strands of hair scattered all around, these are likely the remains of a female student. But no ID name tag. There's a hastily written note on the ground. Its writer seemed to have struggled with it as the lettering is inconsistent and difficult to read. Why, sister? It hurts. It hurts. After I die, the pain will continue forever. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
嘘つき。私を置いていくのですね。許さない。憎い。痛いよ。
Yeah, let's just leave that girl behind there. With his pain. Her pain. Now we get to the... this
な
room.
んだこの部屋。教室の形してねえな。おい、篠崎？
頭があれさ。
マジか。おい、大丈夫かよ。
本当にダメ。
でも奥になんかあるぞ。
That's how it always goes in the games. The most dangerous room is the one you want to find something in. And she does not resist. But yeah, before we go, I'm just gonna save a state.
なんだこいつ。
Hello, thumbnail.
脅かすなお前。
絶対目合わしちゃダメ。
Yeah, if you look at his eyes, there'll be a wrong end. And while I'm collecting wrong ends, we're not gonna do that just yet because the save station is so far away. Instead, we are just gonna get this. A rusted blood-soaked nail puller is sitting on top of the desk. Take it. Yeah. Acquired nail puller. And we're just gonna get out of here without looking at him. Though the power stone, if you look at him, the power stone will save you from death. But only once. Maybe I'll showcase that later. But we can get that wrong end a little bit later. So... Fortunately, there's a student ID name tag next to the body. I thought so. Lexington Senior High School, Class 3-2, Emi Kudo. Age... 17. Cause of death, willingly offered own flesh as food to sustain a friend, as we read in that memoir. Now, we have the nail puller, we can bust down that door. But, of course it will not be that easy.
どうしたんだよ。おい、篠崎、どこ行くんだよ。どうしちまったんだよ。
Now she went to the main entrance, but we're just gonna go save. Excuse me while I fast forward a bit. Now, I don't remember, can we go back to the room after saving? Where she is, of course. Oh. Yep, we can. But if you leave, you can't go back.
なんだ
Which means you've locked yourself into a wrong end. But that's okay, because we're gonna just go to the back to the child and get the wrong end now. And then we're gonna get that other wrong end from the save. Also, we're gonna see what happens if you have the Power Stone.
なんだ
The Power Stone in Yoshiki's pocket suddenly and spontaneously shattered.
なんか今ユイ先生の声が聞こえたような。守ってくれたのか、ひょっとして。
But because we are so smart, we're just gonna look at him again.
目が離せねえ。なんだこいつの目。
Welcome to wrong end. Welcome to die.
真っ暗だ。
And this is actually a rather good one.
白崎、ユイ先生、サトシ、誰かいないのか。
By the way, that wrong end, that sound in the background plays very often when you're about to die.
だよ。
Or someone else.
ここどこだ。夢でも見てたのか。てか、体動かないし。周りに壁？穴？なんだ、誰だ。やめろ。土が。やめろ。何してんだ。植える気か。口の中に詰まり出した。息ができねえ。死ぬのかよ。こんな。死ぬ。誰が。嘘だろ。冗談じゃねえ。やめろ。痛え。目が。
And that's the first wrong end in this chapter. We got buried alive. One of the shittiest ways to go. Especially when you cannot even see. And there'll be a lot of more wrong ends in this chapter. But I will address those in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.